All right, let's dive right in. If you've ever tried to learn German, you know there are a few tricky spots. And one of the biggest is adjective endings. Why do they keep changing? When do they change? Well, today we're going to crack that code. Let's start with the first clue.
So take a look at these two sentences. On the left, pretty straightforward, das Auto ist rot. The car is red. Makes sense. But then look at the right. When we say this is a red car, suddenly the word rot gets this S tacked onto the end. Rotes Auto. It's the same word for the same color, describing the same car. So what gives?
And that right there, that is the big question, isn't it? Why do these German adjectives seem to have a mind of their own? I promise you, it's not random. There's a really simple, kind of elegant logic hiding just under the surface, and by the end of this explainer, you are going to have the key to unlock it. Okay, so let's pull back the curtain. It's time to reveal the core secret, the one big idea that makes this whole thing make sense.
Now, the fancy grammar term for this is adjective declension. Don't let that name scare you off. All it really means is that the adjective has to change a little bit to match the noun it's describing. It has to agree with the noun's gender, whether it's singular or plural, and its job in the sentence, what grammarians call its case. And case is just a way of saying, is this noun the subject, the direct object, or something else?
And here it is. This is the single most important rule to get your head around today. When there's no article, no the or a in front of the adjective itself has to step up to the plate and do the article's job. It takes on that responsibility. And here's the mental trick that makes it all click. I want you to think of the adjective ending as a ghost article. It looks around, sees that the real article, like der, die, or das, is missing, so it absorbs its ending. It's like the ghost of the article is still there, leaving its grammatical footprint on the adjective. This one idea is going to be your master key.
So, let's look at the blueprint for how this actually works. You're about to see how our little ghost article idea perfectly explains the rules you need to know.
Whoa, okay, I know this table looks like a lot, but trust me, with our ghost article trick, it's actually simple. Just look at the masculine column. See the endings? Er, n, m. Now, slide your eyes all the way to the right, to our reminder column, der, den, dem. It's the same thing. The adjective ending is literally just copying the end of the article that isn't there. It's the same for neuter, s, m. It mimics das, dem. The adjective is just doing the heavy lifting.
All right, enough with the charts. Let's put this blueprint into action with some real examples. This is where that ghost article trick really comes alive.
Okay, so here we're in the nominative case. Basically, the noun is the subject of the sentence. And look at the endings. Roter for the masculine ball, rot for the feminine watch, and rotis for the neuter car. Each ending is different because the gender of the noun is different. And here's exactly how your brain should process this, step by step. For rotor ball, you just ask the questions. What's the noun? Ball. That's masculine. What's its job? Subject of the sentence, so that's nominative case. Is there an article in front of it? Nope. So the ghost article appears. For a masculine nominative noun, the ghost is der. And what's the ending it leaves behind? Ia. Boom. Roter.
Okay, now let's switch it up. What happens when the noun is the direct object, the thing being acted on? Like in I have. Look closely here. The feminine and neuter endings, they're exactly the same. Rot and rots. But the masculine ball is now rotten. Why'd that happen?
Well, it happened because our ghost article changed. You see, when a masculine noun is the direct object, in the accusative case, its article changes from der to den. So our ghost becomes den, and the ending it leaves on the adjective is n. Ich habe roten Ball. See, the system is totally consistent, it works.
And finally, let's take a quick look at the dative case. Now this one often shows up after little prepositions like mit, which means with. So if I say, I am playing with stridigoyim, notice how all the endings have shifted again to reflect this new job in the sentence. Let's just lock this in one last time with rotem ball. We've got a masculine noun. It's in the dative case because of mit. There's no article. So what's the masculine dative ghost? It's dem. The ending it gives us is m. And there you have it. Ich spiele mit rotem Ball. It's a perfect, predictable pattern. It's not random chaos at all.
Okay, you've got the blueprint, you've got the secret key. Now it's time to put your new skills to the test and look at a couple of common traps that you'll want to sidestep.
These are the big three. First, just forgetting the ending completely. We've all done it.
Second, using the right idea but the wrong ending, like using the nominative er when it should be accusative. And third, this one's important, adding an ending when the adjective comes after the verb ist. Remember, if it's not right in front of the noun, it doesn't need to change.
All right, pop quiz time. Your turn.
Ich trinke
Kalt Wasser. I'm drinking cold water. So, think about it. What's the gender of Wasser, and what's its role here in the sentence? Take a second.
And the answer is kaltes Wasser. Wasser is a neuter noun, das Wasser, and since it's the thing I'm drinking, it's the direct object, so it's accusative. The Ghost Chronicle is das, which gives us that S ending. Kaltes Wasser. You got this.
Okay, next one. Wir fahren mit Schnellzug. We are traveling by fast train. Now that little word mit is your giant clue here. What case does mit always trigger?
Schnellem. Zug ist maskulin. Der Zug. Und that keyword mit always signals the dative case. Our masculine dative ghost is dem, so the ending has to be m. Mit schnellem Zug.
And the last one. Gute Freunde sind wichtig. Good friends are important. Now, pay very close attention here. The noun Freunde is plural.
And the answer is gute. For a plural noun that's the subject of the sentence, the article would be die. So our ghost ending is just a simple e. Gute Freunde sind wichtig. Perfect! You've totally got the pattern down. So look at that. You have cracked the code for when there's no article. You know the adjective has to step up and wear the ghost ending. But that, of course, leads to the next big question. What happens when there is an article? If der or ein is already there doing the job, what does the adjective do then? Well, that's the next piece of the puzzle. Thanks for watching.